without purpose or cause.
Listen,
Are you?
we're trying to
Is
argue the means justify the ends.
is Aaron actually forgetting about like the demons that were summoned, or is the character forgetting about it? Be like, no, that can't possibly be something that happened. Mm-mm.
I mean, quite frankly, I wouldn't put it past me/her to block that from memory because that is fucking traumatizing. But
That
also
was a
not my
little,
fault. I didn't do that one.
yeah, that was a little cringe. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Spectre now has some mad clout with me here. Half the
That's the
building
thing that
comes
gets him
alive.
out.
Half the building comes alive and rips people off the walls, and then fucking The Shining.
I mean, before you guys were like just taking people out just calmly, and now you rip a whole elevator full of people to shreds with glass and shadows.
I was just fighting. Okay.
I
That
thought he was
drops you, sir.
I thought he was like the quiet type, little shadow puppy. It's cool. He can transport. Yeah, whatever. He's a mid tier guy. Not. Then he's like, oh yeah, really? God mode.
Way to
What?
underestimate me.
What did you
I've been in
do?
this business for like a year now. Okay.
It's like, holy. It's like I did not see that coming. I
Spectre just needed a bit of a girl dinner. Okay.
was like, oh my lord. It's like
All right.
mad props. I'm just he is class A now. I mean, definitely I chose my team well.
You may regret that later on, but yeah, you did.
Listen, that's later on. We'll get to that bridge when we cross it.
It's not how that works.
There.
Any of this works.
You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
All right.
So
In
happy
a-
point.
Oh, yes. Everybody gain. Well, everybody regain their blah if you lost it or if you have the ability.
And
Blah.
remove my stress.
Their your
You mean
PP, yeah.
The archetype
Okay.
reset. I mean,
What do you mean
Or is that-
archetype? Oh yeah, your archetype reset should happen.
okay.
All right.
And then
The stress removes.
yeah, you get to relieve one stress.
Sweet.
And then once that's all done, everybody gain a plot point for saving Danian.
Nice.
Any XP?
Yeah, I mean, there's been XP every game, but we haven't spent it, so I'm actually thinking of rewriting how XP works, just because.
Well, we spent it that one time.
I
right?
spent it.
We just
I forgot of it.
Yeah. It's a thing that's supposed to be happening every game, and we're just not doing it that way. So,
Do we want to do it right now?
I mean, if you want to,
After a big battle, it kind of makes sense. Maybe we got better or something.
I mean, if you want to, or I was thinking of changing it to a point system, and then letting you guys.
I
Go
like
from
point
there.
systems.
Yeah,
Point systems are
That-
easy.
I-
Easy is
I-
good for my brain.
I understand that now that I've done this. Like when I first read it, I was like, "This looks cool. I like this idea." And now that I've been running it, I'm like, "This is not how a lot of people think."
Yeah. How would that work with previous upgrades? 'Cause we've all spent different amounts.
I would just have you guys respec. I just give you the points and then allow you to rebuy and respec.
We're just gonna like plan next time to do a portion of time to respec or what? When you want?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I could get it done in that time. By next game.
Respec from
but-
scratch or just from like what you've already upgraded?
It would be a respec from scratch, but you'd be getting all the points that you would have gotten from the beginning.
Yeah.
As long as you save what we already have so that I can redo it, because
I don't think you've upped at all.
not since the first time, but we did have to respec that one time, and it would have been like impossible for my brain to do that otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah, I have all the original stats, but
I'm glad I put those.
I'm pretty sure I have it written down in like 2 places, but if we could have
Yeah.
it in an immediate third, that would be good.
yeah.
in my
Um,
XP notes, so it's there.
Okay. So, In a frenzied blur, the protagonist hurtles through the glistening labyrinth of Seattle streets, steering Vanian away from the immediate threat of the corporate encroachment on his sanctuary. With a sense of urgency and a touch of wariness, Vanian clutches onto a mysterious box, harboring a seed of distrust towards his protector or possible captors. His apprehension is steeped in the fear that this seemingly orchestrated rescue could be nothing more than a ploy engineered by the looming presence of Eris Corp. So the scene starts here. Where are you going and what are you doing?
Which corp?
Eris.
Oh.
Eating.
I think Aaron, you're supposed to get a plot point, by the way.
Oh, I thought he added those to us. My bad. Actually,
yeah.
no, I don't get it if I'm not below a certain
No,
point, right?
No, we're getting it for saving Vanian.
Yeah,
Oh.
I gave everybody a single plot point.
Okay.
After all this beginning stuff got all worked out, and then everybody gained a plot point. So yeah, where are you going and what are you doing?
So technically, we're just supposed to find who killed Scott,
Yes,
correct?
that is your mission that you have from Alpha.
Alpha Blue.
Okay. So I don't really need the eye. Per se.
I mean, I would like the eye out of character.
Of course you do. There's a lot out of character that you know. Take him somewhere safe.
Do you have a place in mind?
Yes. Right there.
I might need a little more than that.
Right there. Next to that.
Ah, I see.
Hold on, I'm getting it there. Just gotta open up my shiznit. Places.
I like this car music.
Like to share with the class.
I think Pappy's looking up, trying to remember
Oh,
places first.
Vengeful spirits.
Okay.
Away from prying eyes.
Gotcha. All right. Give me a. Let's see. This is going to be a. You're driving with your brain, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me an intuition, pilot, and then a distinction. What is your stealth?
What is my stealth?
Mm-hmm.
I have 4 stealth.
Okay, so downgrade your pilot by 1.
My I Spy Jones have a higher stealth. Downgrade my pilot by 1.
Yep.
Man, that's not nice.
Oh, my shield goes back up. Did I mean to do that? What did I just do?
10, man, that's a hard, difficult to hit. Shit.
Quick reminder. Does Vanian have the eye, or does he have info on how to get the eye?
He has a box.
To our knowledge, or our assumption.
I mean, that's what you see him have. I'm not sure if you guys concluded if Vanian had the eye. You just knew that he was a stop on the tour.
I knew
Okay.
he had scanned it, but it didn't stop.
yeah. We didn't have time to verify because
Okay.
things were happening.
Awesome.
You would roll a 12.
Oh, I could have rolled 17, but I wanted to beat his effect die too.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, yeah, you start going through different neighborhoods in the city, heading on out. Vengeful Spirits, do we actually define where that's located?
In the slums, in the Shadow District.
Okay. So you're getting out of the downtown proper and heading that direction. Um, After going through a couple tunnels and around a couple bridges, you start realizing that it seems safe. It seems you don't have any shadows, and you eventually make it to the Vengeful Spirits.
Cool.
This in here. So I'll have to add. I guess it's not if I didn't keep the picture.
What?
Apparently, I didn't keep the picture of Vengeful Spirits on my computer, which
It's in the slums, the slum dive bar.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just gotta remember where the hell do I store these things? Okay.
What time is it? Is the bar open?
Always.
Wasn't it morning time during this?
So it's been a little bit because you guys were scouting out the place and stuff. So we'll just say that we've added, I don't know, 2 hours, and so it's 11:30 a.m.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is kind of a look of the place.
They really went with the Asian theming in here.
I mean, it's Shadowrun.
Does Shadowrun go very Japanese?
Yes.
We're in Seattle.
It really dives into the cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah. Neon.
theme,
Neon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of Neon Seattle.
Yeah. Neon kanji. That's where it's at.
Gotcha.
All right, so yeah, you get in there. It's pretty empty. You find a
secluded area.
yeah, you find a table back in a corner that you guys can all get into. Return notes.
I'm still driving. Damn. Good.
Okay. So you get in there, you plop up into your seats. Do I have... I'll just put on some background color.
Excuse me.
Okay. So yeah, you guys are in there. A droid comes, slowly rolling up on 4 wheels. It pops up a screen for everybody to click onto to get their orders. Anybody ordering anything?
Sure.
Buckshot doesn't imbibe on the job.
I will order a drink. Some spirits.
I'll take
Uh,
Pale IPA.
Vanian flips over to the whiskeys and just grabs a random one and pumps up like 5 shots.
Foxtrot eyes the corners of the room, starting to get impatient. It's like, we're not here for a social. Let's get this over with quick.
Okay, hold on. I'm making a note real quick.
These drinks are going to be relevant in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, Raze is going to decline any drink. She'll get like, I don't know, a sparkling water or something. Something non-alcoholic.
Okay. The droid slowly rolls away. You could tell that this thing hasn't had a lot of upkeep. So Fanian's like, mind telling me at least who I'm speaking with?
Friends.
People who are keeping you alive right now.
Well, yeah, I guess I kind of saw that, but at what cost?
I just want to know. I don't care if you have the eye or not. I know it was in your position at some point. All I really want to know is, where did you get the blueprints from?
Can I make a roll to detect lies throughout this conversation?
Sure.
Just like one general one to cover them all.
Yep. I guess it would be I'm guessing empathy.
Oh, I was going to be like with my super hearing, like detecting fluctuations in the voice and like increased heart rates and stuff.
Right. You get to add your super hearing, but this is going to be an empathy check.
Oh, it would be like no empathy. Where is
Mhm.
empathy?
So yeah, it's going to be,
Oh.
I guess, logic or intuition. You could choose.
Would I not use hearing though?
Empathy.
Or
It
notice?
wouldn't really be
It wouldn't
hearing.
be
You
noticed?
you are able to
Okay.
hear it. That's what your superpower does. But you get to also add in your superpower die.
Okay, I thought that I'd used notice in the past for these type of checks. So I meant notice, not hearing.
Gotcha. Yeah, for lie detection, I really think it should be empathy. Because, like, you're going to notice stuff, but how do you interpret that? Like, is he nervous or is he lying?
Okay.
That's kind of a hard distinction. Unless you're keyed into that.
And then do I add my social to this since it's a D4? It has the button, so I assume so.
Yeah.
Oof, well, that's not going to end well.
What's your difficulty?
I will spend a PP to add my notice then.
Okay. Cool.
And does that come with my subspecialty thing now, or no?
Yeah.
Of hearing. Okay.
Yeah, you still get to add in that. You're just also getting to add in the extra die.
Then I will roll. Wow, that's a lot of ones.
I didn't know that's possible.
His ears he went deaf.
Okay.
I'm buying all of those.
Can I reroll one?
Actually, I'm gonna reset this because that scene is over, and then I'm buying all of those.
Can I spend a PP to reroll one? Is that
yes,
a normal
but-
ability?
Yes, but spend 2 PP because I'm gonna drag this down and it's gonna buy it from you again. I just reset all my dice.
Okay.
Is Vanian in here with us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna re-roll on the d8s. Whew. Okay. Am I setting difficulty, or did you do that above?
It was the 12.
Okay. I feel like that's the worst roll we've had. Then my social goes back up to a d6.
Yeah, if you had a social, or if you had a stress, it will go up if you roll the 1.
Okay.
All right. So, somehow with all of that, you succeed. um, That's impressive. How did you do that?
The 2 dies I
There's
got
less
rolled really
perception.
well, and then I had to spend a PP, so my effect wasn't just a d4. So I rerolled
Oh.
one of the d8s.
Okay. Wait, did you have something to re-roll a 1?
You said I could use a PP to do that, didn't you?
You can only use the PP to re-roll if you have a special effect and a distinction that allows you to re-roll.
Oh, I thought that was just one of the basic ones. Is it not?
No.
Okay, then it would be a d4 effect.
Okay.
And I'll take a PP
It
back.
was still 16.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Um,
But then I guess you get an extra dice or bonus from buying it.
all right. Yeah, so you can basically you start tuning in and you can hear his heart beating. It's at a high rate as it is. You can smell the sweat dripping off of his skin. I don't remember all your senses.
Smell, hearing, and I have super hearing, blood scent, thermovision. I have lie detection separately, but I feel like it's kind of overlapping super hearing, but what else? So I have those 4.
Okay. So what was the question asked of him? I'm sorry.
Where he got the blueprint from?
What blueprint?
So, your friend Scott had a blueprint.
He had schematics.
Schematics, blueprint. Yeah. The question was, where'd you get them?
Gotcha. I printed them. I scanned them in myself and spit out its components and how they're placed together.
So you have the. So you scanned what?
I scanned the eye.
James,
See-
out of character? Do you have the character?
Go ahead.
There was things on the blueprint that wouldn't have been there if he scanned it.
What things?
There's an R&D stamp.
Yeah, that's physically on one of the components.
Okay, I thought it was.
Feels like a watermark.
Because, well, he said he's looking for an RD stamp that would tag the company that commissioned the work. No, look, the blueprint must have been stripped or scanned because edges of the image were so badly distorted that not even my heuristic enhancers or reconstruct or resurrect the fucking code.
What? From the
From the note.
from the note.
From the note.
I just want to make sure I didn't screw up, and
I think you did. That's okay.
I probably did.
I can always tell. I can always rework it.
I'm making sure I did screw up. Yeah, I can always tell.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll change what he said. It was a stored image that was on the eye. See, the eye, though it doesn't have internal memory, it does have a cache, so it could basically process the stuff before it sends it out. Where I am assuming some kind of external drive of some sort. I don't know how that part's working. That's why I sent it over to my analyst. That was one of the.
Have you had contact with him?
No.
Do you know
I'm
what happened?
assuming that's why I had a ton of thugs outside of my place. The bastard must have ratted me out.
Actually, no. Your blueprint killed him.
Oh fuck.
That's
I've
why
been mad at him for a while.
That's why we're
I knew
here.
he was a good kid.
We're trying to find out who killed him.
Well, shit, I don't know that. I have some theories.
Okay, let me hear him.
I guess I should talk about how I came into possession of this thing.
Okay.
He sets the box on the table, and he pulls a little lever on the side, and the box goes clear, and you can see there is a cyber eye inside of there. He goes, "There's this punk. His name was Breaker. He struts into my shop to acting like he just knocked over ass technology or something. Right off, I got a little nervous. His kind ain't my usual clientele. You know, like gangbangers, they have trouble understanding the unwritten laws of supply and demand, and they really don't seem to actually have any tact. His kind's kind of a dangerous bunch of jokers. He was wearing chains, war paint, that tagged him of a soldier of the Iron Legion. They're just bad news. So I put one of my guards, Lou, on alert with the silent alarm. Of course, I act normal, ask the kid what I could do for him. He gives me this grin like he has the fucking Holy Grail and I'm King Arthur. He pulls out of his duffel bag a wad of napkins and starts unwrapping something. Seeing the blood and the chunks of meat dripping out of the napkin, I got a little worried, you know, as one should. He comes up with the eye, this cyber eye. I think the guys it wasn't meat. This eye looked like a nice piece of work. I mean, from afar, as you could see, nothing groundbreaking, but top-notch stuff. Very, very well laid out. I could tell that it had a hidden camera, and its work of microcircuitry I didn't quite understand. I noticed that it was without storage, so it kind of intrigued me. I plugged it into my scanner, and I noticed that the eye had some images and some files stored on its cache. So I asked him what he wanted for it. And of course, he pulled the whole act, pretending to think about it. Poor Sap ain't got any clue how to do this. After some melodramatic eye rolling and some chin scratching, he gives me a figure. Try not to laugh at him. But I haggled him a little bit to make him feel better and finally accepted his terms, telling him, "You're a tough dealer." After this punk clears my shop, I tell Graham, my other guard, to watch the front. Then I slip back in my office and connect the orb to a dummy socket, basically just to find out what's inside. And he pulls, like he flicks something on his wrist, and he holds out his hand, and a little hologram pops up. And he was like, I guess this should come with some content warning. And he taps the screen with his finger, and it starts playing. And basically, you see basically a guy going down what looks like one of those tube slides, and he lands in this muck. Looks somewhat like sewage. And then you see like 3 or 4 ghouls step over him and just start chewing away. And eventually, you see like this mouth come down over the camera, and then it goes dark. He stops and he goes, "So, I'm assuming this happened when he died. But what's kind of interesting to me is that you all are the ones picking me up, because and he clicks on another image, and like it's turned around so you're getting the rear view of it, but like you see somebody standing in front of a board, and he zooms up and then flips the image back around, and you see Foxtrot basically standing in front of a like a whiteboard or a glass board, showing some kind of plan. There's a pyramid building that you all are familiar with, being in Seattle.
Is that the AS technology?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have, and on the picture you see like the word vault drawn with an arrow pointing down into it. And then on the side, like you see like the word goal, and then underneath it has the capital B, lowercase o, capital W. So I guess and he looks over at Foxtrot. I guess you're looking for this.
Foxtrot's kind of like stunned, like, I have no recollection of this memory.
I asked the person, is there some sort of like way to tell when this happened? Anything like stored in there?
Unfortunately, I couldn't make heads or tails of how this thing was working. I just grabbed what I could off of there, and it didn't really have any storage, so I was just grabbing what it had on its internal slots. So I don't know time. I would assume that it was like close to the eye stop working. I assume the person is dead, based on the image that I saw, or well, the video that we all just saw.
Question, outside the story, in this world, do we is there a set time that people know when the blip happened? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like we know like the dates of when
Yeah, everybody's aware that it happened it happened 5 years ago.
But there's no
Like
like.
everybody in the world like knows about when it started because it was like given like a week or a few of when different people's memories just stopped working, and then like when it ended, given about a week or two.
Gotcha. So there's no exact time range, like exact day of.
Like people, no,
No.
there
Okay.
wasn't like a today it started and everybody collectively stopped. It's kind of fuzzy right around those points.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Does in this world do people in general know it all, or has it been confirmed or not confirmed if the blip affects people outside of Seattle?
Yeah,
Worldwide.
the entire world has been
The
affected.
Entire
world. Oh.
Okay.
Due to the video of the ghouls, can I defer anything from the location around them, like scenery?
Give me a give. What is your survival?
4.
Okay, I'm assuming your notice is higher.
8.
Okay, so give me a logic plus notice and downgrade your notice by 1.
Bastard.
Why is he downgrading?
That's
Because,
my survival.
yeah, the first time it was stealth, and his stealth was a 4, which uh, was much lower than what he was using, and so it downgraded it by 1. And this one, it's more of a notice of what he's looking for, but he needs the survival, and since the survival's a 4, it's going to downgrade it by 1.
I thought you can just use 4s though. Can you not just use a 4?
You can, but that's not the main skill that's really happening here. His main skill is notice, but it's kind of it's a little bit of survival because he's trying to take what he's noticing and depict like uh, um, landmarks from it, so he can tell like this is in Bob's office or this was at the Capitol. Um, so yeah, if his survival was 1 dice away from it, it would have stayed the same. But since it's 2, it's going to downgrade it by 1.
Okay.
And then on the flip side, if his survival was a 12, it would have upgraded by 1.
Gotcha.
Okay, let me set the difficulty. Yeah, the 1 is for purchase, if anybody wants it.
I'll take it.
Don't fuck up. Don't fuck up. Damn.
Can I put that as an asset in the scene, or
Yep.
do I have to define what the asset is yet? Right now.
Technically, yes.
Okay. How about there's like flickering in the lights, like they seem unstable.
Perfect. Okay.
Do I put that as a temp asset in my thing?
Yeah, you could do that.
I beat you.
Yes, you did. You can tell it's the sewers. With that added effect, you can tell it's the sewers, and you're pretty certain that this is in the middle of downtown.
Okay, so downtown's where ass technology is.
Downtown.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Are
can tell
ghouls-
by the better trash floating in the water.
Yeah. More you're telling based on the construction and how the sewers actually look. They're old and very
How-
well maintained
how
versus like the
common-
slums they would not be.
How common are ghouls?
Um,
And are they actually irradiated freaks, or just like a different type of?
so they are radiated freaks. They're like they all kind of start morphing to look very similar.
Mhm.
Like in Chicago, there's a lot of them. In Seattle, people are aware of them. There are hunting parties that every now and then goes and tries to eradicate ghoul populations, um, but they're not super common, or at least people aren't familiar with, like, you're not hearing on the news a lot about ghoul outbreaks or anything like that.
Okay, but
I
we've
have,
already good.
sorry, I have knowledge in esoteric orders, and you said there's like a hunting group of them. Can I see if I know anything about that? Or like where they might operate or where they might go?
What does that give you? Esoteric orders?
By the name, I assume it means uncommon orders and groups.
Gotcha.
Hold on. It was a knowledge you can
Where
choose
is it
from.
listed?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for knowledge.
that's
Okay,
in
I'm
the
pulling
Word
it up
doc.
now. Excuse me. Okay, what was it called?
Esoteric orders.
Knowledge of secret magical societies, their rituals, philosophies, and the artistical arts they practice amidst the neon lit urban sprawl. So basically, magic societies.
Okay. Um, you're aware that um, different arcane groups have been hired before to help track down hordes of ghouls. Um, and then most of the time they're kind of, well, a lot of mages are powerhouses, so they help, like, basically put up shield walls and stuff to help protect the soldiers. Um, Usually when mages are being hired, it's because there's an outbreak, and the city is actually like, multiple corporations are funding in to uh, to get these powerhouse hunting parties to go and try to eradicate the what are they called? The goblinization creatures.
Okay. Um, can I roll to see if I remember any like of these hunting parties and where they like where the points of conflict occurred in the past?
You don't really need a roll for this.
No. Okay.
There's been a few famous outbreaks. Usually they don't happen in downtown. They happen on the edges where people are living less healthy. Um, Usually, if these kind of creatures get into the middle of the city, it's a big deal.
Okay. And we can assume that was in the middle of the city because we saw Foxtrot in the background
No,
doing stuff. Or was that
those
a
are two
different
different
scene?
images.
Oh, okay. So we don't know
Um,
where this occurred. Got it.
no, you are based on. Well, I mean, I'm assuming if Raptor tells the rest of you, he recognized that it was in downtown.
Yeah, I'll mention that.
Okay.
Just by looking at it, I noticed that the sewer's a little bit older, a little bit more well maintained. That looks more like downtown area.
All right. I distribute the knowledge you told me to them as well, saying how unlikely it is that ghouls would just be in the center of downtown, and that if this is a situation, it's a lot more serious than it may look.
Yeah, I was assuming they're probably used for cleanups, for disposal stuff.
Interesting. Do we, sorry, what's it, Vanian? He said that he got the eye and it was all like bloody and stuff, right?
I can only assume that we might have to find Breaker, because
So
Breaker got it from probably a ghoul after it done shot it out.
I guess ghouls have blood. Okay. I was just wondering, like, if it was from a while ago, like, it would probably be covered in suet and like rotten flesh and stuff rather than
He either
bloody.
killed the ghoul for it or the ghoul had shot it out.
Yeah.
Are you saying had shot it out?
Sure.
Yes. Short.
With the A, the shot.
Oh. Okay.
There's that image for you.
After Vanian thinks about that for a little bit and tries to erase that idea from his head, he
Right
was
there
like,
with you, buddy.
Buddies.
it looked a lot more fresh. It's more likely that that he killed a ghoul and basically just went through their stomach. This is actually not uncommon of people like the Iron Legion. They take these jobs to go and basically do some cleanup, and they steal what they can. They're not getting paid a lot, so they try to loot. Ghouls don't really give a shit what they're eating.
I forgot to ask this earlier, but do I, aside from like the image I've seen, is like seeing the eye remind me of anything or from before?
Unfortunately,
No.
no.
Okay.
I do have one more image on here. He flips it back around and starts going through his log of stuff. Like you could tell from his wrist, this is his own personal, basically pad. This is not everything that was on the eye. And then he pulls up a standalone image. He goes, "This also came off the eye." And Spectre, you're not used to seeing you from behind, but you're standing over a desk along with Keurig Fark, and you both are looking down at a document with the title on it, Project Eden.
Project Eden. He didn't mention that when I talked to him, right? Before? Okay. I look pretty spooked, or not spooked, but very surprised, even though I kind of knew we worked on it, when I see Carrick and I in the thing, but I don't quite speak up. I'm just very visibly shook.
Shooketh, in fact.
You can tell based on his mannerisms and body posture and voice and heartbeat and such that he doesn't actually recognize you in it.
Can I pick up any subtle cues?
You probably all have seen Spectre from behind. That's weird. But now that's canon. The rest of you probably notice him right off the bat.
Should have got a haircut.
So whoever had the eye in their head was looking at Spectre from behind and his brother, or Mr. Fork, from behind over a desk, Project Eden.
I'm sorry?
So the guy who was watching them had the eye in his head. He was there with them. You said Spectre and Fark were standing over a desk, looking at a Project Eden. So that means Mr. Moore was there with them.
I see what you're saying. Yes. That you can deduce.
Any shits and giggles, any calendar on the desk or clock on the desk?
Ooh, I like it. I like where you're going with that. Give me a notice check.
Fuck.
I'm actually going to roll low. Well, I rolled another one. You can either do one of two things. You can purchase the one, and there is. Or you can try to beat whatever he rolled.
How do I purchase it?
Just spend a PP.
And then what does it do for me? Just allows me to guess there was a date?
Yes, there is a date, and
Okay,
I
yes,
will-
there's a date. I will buy it.
So it is from September of 5 years ago. So what was that? 72? Yes. It was like September 15th. The actual day itself, it really didn't matter. But
Okay. Now, common knowledge in my brain.
mhm.
When was the blackout around?
It ended sometime around near the end of October,
Of
72.
so this is a picture of in the blip ish.
He was like, "How would you know that?"
Who said that?
Vanian,
How do I know what?
how do you? Oh, were you? I'm assuming you were saying that out loud.
No.
Or this is
It's
a
all
picture
my,
in the-
no. It's all my brain still.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm trying to piece things together. I just got a little more information to my brain. Spectre, who's that man with you? Have you seen
Who's
him
that
before?
guy?
Not really. He looks kind of familiar, but I don't like know where from.
Would I know who he is, James?
Well, that's a deceit check. I feel you need to roll a deceive, and I feel people can roll against you.
Intuition or logic?
This is gonna end very.
Or we're gonna do
poorly.
charisma or perception?
It could be intuition. His is going to be charisma and deceit.
I'm going to do very poorly.
The
Can
rest
mine
of
be
you,
empathy?
yeah, the rest of you are going to be rolling empathy, I think, or you could roll deceit.
All right. And intuition, deceive, intuition. And,
Mm-hmm. Empathy or deceive.
yeah, just-
That sucks.
No fucking
Do
way.
I have to buy those?
I am.
Wait, you
Oh,
can't
you
buy
get to
them. I'm rolling against him.
Dang it.
What the fuck?
You know, I
You
might be
just
able to
forced
see
all of
here.
us to glitch out.
Wait, I'm going to use a PP here. All right, do I have to use a PP to add my
Can
archetype? Or can I just add that whenever?
Gee, you guys all rolled.
can I add?
and you
can I
rolled high
add-
dice.
Can I
Alright,
add
but-
note? Can I spend a point to add notice?
Yeah, that makes
Did you not
sense.
already roll?
You forget to turn off the RNG limiter.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
I've allowed people to like
I-
add in their next die just as long as they're using the reroll system and they haven't displayed their full outcome yet.
I can't do anything. Like I rolled 2 1s. I literally don't have an effect dice.
I mean, it's an
use-
automatic 4.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna add my archetype. I'm really trying here. And then I'm gonna spend 2 PP to add
You forget how much PP Spectre has stored. Wait, I didn't mean that.
I don't even know what could add in the sense of this.
Roll low, roll low, roll low.
I mean, stealth wouldn't work for this, right? Like, hiding what I know. Like, as a secondary die.
Not sure I could see stealth doing it.
I'm just not sure, like, what else I could add to deceiving. Like, investigate, notice,
Performance.
Is that a thing? Oh, I was 0. um. I guess I won't use 2 PP then. Let's go. You also got amazing rolls. Yeah, what I see.
Okay. Raptor and Foxtrot, you immediately know he's lying.
Using my corporate conglomeratives, would I know who this gentleman is?
I mean, yeah, that's a perfect skill to have for that. What is it at?
Corporate conglomerate is at an 8.
At an 8? Yeah, you know who it is. Like, and you're seeing his picture too.
Wow, the
Pop-up so
resemblance
big.
is uncanny.
That, I don't see it.
God damn it! Why are you always so hard? There, you mind. Haha, there it is. If you grab the right thing, dummy, it shows up easy. Okay.
Foxtrot doesn't immediately call him out, but he kind of eyes over to Raptor. Like,
I don't even make shit. Do I gotta be rolling too? See, I don't give any indication that I know that he's lying.
Are you sure you want to risk that?
I give
you're not
no,
great with that whole deceit thing.
I give no notice that I know that he's lying. I will be deceitful.
I mean, if you're fully trying to hide it, or if you're just trying to just sit there and be like, please.
No, I'm actually gonna try to hide it because
Okay.
I have a lot of stuff going in my head right now, and I don't really want him to know per se that I know.
Spectre, give me a notice.
And mine is charisma or presence, doesn't matter, fucking shit, and deceit.
Probably be presence, but yeah.
Notice. What kind of
notice?
notice?
Yeah, it'd be deceive. It's a visual cue thing.
Okay. Probably don't get super senses then.
Can I add rapport since I know him? And try to hide tells?
I like it, yeah.
Okay.
You have to spend PP for it, but yeah.
I did, yep. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Fuck, I think I rolled a 1. I did. Damn. God.
Oh, I'm sorry. If they're rolling against me, I have 2 social stress right now. Should they be getting that, or do they need PP for that?
Hey,
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I have 2 social stress right now. Should they be
Okay.
getting bonuses from that, or do they need to pay PP for that?
Well, I think it goes with me.
If they want to utilize it,
You got your PP?
you should have alerted them. I mean,
I just remembered it.
I wish I had a system that did better at that.
Is it D6?
D6.
Yeah, anybody can use that social stress if they want to.
I would like to.
I thought stress was already coded to go into the roll bin.
A D4 stress.
D4.
So with this D6 stress, yeah, you don't even have to spend PP for it. You can add that to your roll.
Cool.
How about your D6?
Right. I'm going to spend a PP to also add investigate to my roll. to try and like see if he's acting different than normal, or what's
I'm
going
not
on?
acting any differently. Everything is kosher.
So that's your notice is the 15.
Yeah, that's my noticing him.
Foxtrot.
Sorry, before I roll, I also have various knowledges. I have +1 in core personalities, +3 in espionage techniques, and +1 in security systems. So I'm not
This is alerting him if you know anything.
right. Okay, I see. That would cover the knowledge anyway, I guess. Sorry, I didn't realize I needed to roll as well.
I mean, because
But-
you noticed it, and then you kind of made a glance over at
Right.
Raptor, but
Yeah, and Raptor kind of saw that glance and kind of like looked at Spectre and then looked down, like, shit.
What's the roll again?
this would be some kind of deceit that you're, unless you don't care if he recognizes that
Okay.
you know he's lying.
The intuition distinction. Okay. All right.
Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah. Spectre, you obviously noticed those two
Side
Okay.
eye each other.
saw something, and yeah, don't believe you.
All right, I don't bring it up though.
So Vanian, besides the eye and giving Scott the blueprint, you are no further involved in this.
I mean, obviously I am, since they're freaking sending agents out to take me out.
Correct. That's because you are pretty much handling nuclear material.
I'm not exactly certain what you mean by that. I tested the eye; it doesn't seem dangerous.
No, the item you're holding is too hot to handle. It is. I don't know how much you really want to get involved in this, but there is no data storage because the data storage is the person that's installed it.
That doesn't make any sense. Then why even have it in the first place?
Spectre looks very confused.
How far down the rabbit hole do you want to go?
None. I wish I never let that gangbanger in my office.
So you have several options. You can hand off the eye and disappear, or you could hold on to it and be involved.
I don't want to be involved anymore. Those people showing up first at my job and then at my residence, those were the two places I was safe.
Yeah, unfortunately, you've involved major corporations. I know.
Get me out of here. I mean, can you help?
We'll try. If I'll try to get you out of the city as quick as possible by any means possible. We just need the eye.
I need everybody to give me a notice check. This would be a this would be an intuition. And then you guys could choose your distinction.
What kind of notice?
It's visual. Who has like low light or darkness?
I do.
I have thermal.
Okay,
Okay.
so you all are safe. The Raptor and Foxtrot, what kind of vision do you have?
I have dark vision.
Okay,
I have AR and VR vision also.
okay, that's what I need.
Technically, I also have night vision and thermal vision.
You have night vision?
I have night and thermal.
Night and thermal? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have dark vision, and then I also have, telemetric vision for
Perfect.
my eyes. Yeah.
Okay, so none of you are suffering a penalty for it.
I add my super senses since it comes from that, or do I just not get penalized?
You're not getting penalized.
Okay.
He says
Does your-
intuition notice.
Say what?
He said intuition notice.
Yeah.
Can I add my archetype to this roll? Covert ops.
Also, would my bonus of intentional deception kick in for my notice?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is something coming in that I'm trying to notice, or
Something like that. If I tell you, then the rolls are pointless.
Well, I was gonna say, so investigation will work then. So no. Okay.
So I don't get super senses then?
Athletics, motherfucker.
Oh, sorry, baby.
Is your super senses written out again?
Holy shit. Bro.
I have it in the description.
Just fuck me running here.
Include this ability die whenever you're using your super senses to help you stay alert, aware, or aid you in perceiving things in your immediate environment.
Yeah, you actually do get to add in your super senses.
Sweet.
Yeah, can I use a plot point to add a die to my outcome after the roll? Or do I have to do it before?
You can, as long as you haven't displayed the roll.
Yeah, okay.
You can.
I'll do that.
Keep in mind, it's just adding the die to the roll. It's not. Wait, I'm sorry. So if you've already rolled it, you get to add that to the effect or the outcome. But if you're adding a new die into there, it's just rolling it. You have to spend another PP to actually add it to your roll.
No, I'm adding the die that I normally couldn't, like add like a third die to the outcome roll.
I'll spend a
PP.
PP to add a die as well to my outcome.
Yeah, so it allows you to take one of the extra dice you rolled and put it into your outcome.
Yeah.
God dang it. My back must have been to the wall, to the door. I rolled 2 ones, James, if you want to buy them.
Did I not already?
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I'd already bought it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Still buy.
Oh, you did roll. Sorry, I was waiting on Foxtrot, but for some reason I was just overlooking it. Okay.
Is Ray not rolling?
I did already. Mine's above Raptors.
Oh, that was super quick. Yeah.
Wow.
Damn, okay.
Okay. All right. So, you guys basically are sitting there trying to work out plans on where to keep him, and basically also the whole melodramatics of Spectre lying and you all noticing. Um, Vanian's like, okay, so once you get me to the port, shit, what do I do with the yacht? Where's the eye?
Damn droid.
All your drinks have been delivered. Sorry, at some point that happened, and he's already down like all 5 shots. Um,
And none of us noticed it disappear.
none of you noticed it disappear.
18 wasn't good enough. Dang.
Man, what type of roll? Jesus.
It was a difficulty 20.
Holy shit, my balls.
Doctor, I mean, it says like I knew we should. Probably we should have hurried up on this. God damn it.
Dispensing drones.
Yep.
Is there anybody like suspicious around? Like, does anybody look out of place, or
They're cloaked.
would that have been in my notice roll?
That probably would have been in your notice. I mean, granted, you rolled a 7.
Yeah. Okay.
But still,
never mind. But like somebody else, like Spectre, like
Wasn't the case
Yeah.
literally?
even with you, like Spectre, like basically, you guys were just sitting there. You guys were having this conversation. Oh, there was the asset created earlier, like the lights flickering, a little bit. But like, this is a dark place. This is supposed to be for seedy engagements. But you guys didn't feel or sense anything out of the ordinary. You guys were just having this heated conversation of like what to do, where you gonna get this guy to. Then of course, like you guys had that well, obviously Spectre is lying thing. But yeah, and then all of a sudden you all look down and it's gone.
Dispensing
Did
drones.
it still have...
It's one of those things, like you're looking at the table and it's kind of hard to like notice that it's missing at first, because the table is scattered with drinks and other like normal things that are in kind of bars, like the salt and pepper shaker stuff in the middle of the table and shit like that, napkins. And
is it like
just
when you're
kinda-
getting a migraine and you look down at something and you can't quite make it out, but you know that it's there?
Yeah, and it's like you look at the table and you're having to do like a double and triple look, like, am I overlooking it? Am I looking past cups or something? But yeah, it's just not there.
Like
Seeing
how
as
big
it
is it approximately? Is it like actually the size of a normal eye? Okay, no, it's bigger. Okay.
It's in a box,
Okay.
so it is the size of a normal eye in there. But yeah, he had it in a little case.
Okay, I thought it's bigger. That kind of makes more sense.
Seeing it was inside the sewers for a while and inside of a ghoul, did it still have any kind of like stench on it?
Everything was contained inside the box.
But he opened the box, didn't he?
No.
No,
Oh,
he
he
didn't open it?
pulled a
Oh.
little slide on the front, and the box turned clear.
Okay.
Gotcha. Can we take a quick bio break?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need a refill, anyways. Let me know when the rest of you get back.
I'm here. I'm watching the highlight from when I teleported that monster on top of the guards in the mage game.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That was a good day. Yeah, good times.
So many people love the polymorph effect that you did to end the
Oh, the
what
D&D
was it?
campaign?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that was probably one of the most epic endings I've had to a campaign.
Like everybody I told that to, they were like, nobody ever knew anything to do with that item. Holy crap!
Yep.
Because that was actually a item that was in like the first 3 levels. It was extremely early.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about?
I thought it
In
was
the D&D campaign.
it was way past that, because it was I mean, I know it took us a long time to get to the end, but it was like near the beginning of the. Was it in another place?
No. You got that item from like your early encounters in Red Larch, when you were still trying to figure out who there was a cult that was kidnapping people.
Which item we get?
I thought it was
Uh,
after we were already down in the
polymorph.
fire area.
No. That was where you defeated him.
Yeah.
That was at the very end. But when you got the actual item itself,
When we actually found, like, ran across the blobs and everything.
Yeah.
That
So
was
when
that
you were in
early
that,
on?
yeah, when
Oh
you were in
my
that
god.
cave in Red March, and yeah, there was this
3
basically there
cheers
were
for the
these
hoarder.
two rocks, and they were had a floating orb of some sort, whatever it was. I
It was
can't remember
it's
the
like a
thing.
shiny crystal type thing.
Yeah, and it basically had a force polymorph.
Yeah, I remember that because I remember having to roll and being really grateful that I passed.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just like, "Ooh, shiny, put it in the bag."
Mm.
Honestly, like that I couldn't have written that better cuz we were about dead. Like we were out of spells. I had nothing left. I had like cantrips.
Mm-hmm.
I know somebody was dying. I think maybe 2 people were dying.
Yeah, it was
We were definitely
it
at
was
the
a good ending.
end of our ropes, but yeah, that was just friggin' hilarious. I do remember I asked you, I'm like, "Can I do this?" And you were like,
I
what?"
was like,
And you're like,
do you remember where you got that? I had to go find it because I was like, I know you have it. Why do you
um,
have it? And this was before Fantasy Grounds had a lot of good logging of stuff.
mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. And I remember you asking, you're like, "Are you good guys okay if she does
Yeah, are you okay with this ending? This is this is kind of awesome.
that?" Alrighty, well, Ray's is gonna look really uncomfortable at the situation, and she had like ever since she got in, she'd been like eyeing like a way to get out just because she had like a weird feeling about the seedy place. She's like, "Guys, we should get going."
I have my I spy drones all swarming out, covering every inch of this place and further.
Okay.
I'd also like chat to um, jump into the cybernet, or possibly try to hack any kind of comms in the area or pick
Sure.
up frequencies. This basically it's an all points bulletin out for everything.
Um, sorry, trying to make some notes so I don't forget what's going on here. All right. Um, yeah, give me a. Well, no, you know what? So yeah, you throw on your glasses and you start diving through.
Don't need glasses.
Um,
I've got eyes.
oh yeah, okay. Your eyes shadow over and you start diving through the matrix, and like there are ARs in the area, but uh, nothing that should be affecting this you all. Like nothing seems out of the ordinary in there, and your drones are basically sent out sniffing.
Yeah, I want to try to cover blocks. And basically, I'm trying to find any kind of communications or even visual anomalies per se.
Okay, so you have a limited number of drones, so I kind of want you to be a little bit specific about like what you're trying to target in on.
Spread them out to get a 360 coverage within around the building or two. And I'm looking for visual anomalies, basically things that should not be there, like footprints that. Basically, I'm looking for active camo.
Okay.
So basically, footprints, noises,
Yep.
disturbances that have no origin.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, give me an. I guess that would be investigate. Um,
Can I spin a point and throw some notice in?
yeah. Actually, I'm gonna save your PP. Go ahead and take it back. Just because, yeah, I feel bad that you're spending the PPU on this. This is a great route that you're going. Unfortunately, you're not going to uncover anything with it because nothing is happening in that kind of realm.
So,
Can I? Sorry.
so like a 19 wouldn't help.
I mean, you're going to see stuff, but you're not going to see anything that's helping for what you're looking for. Nothing that's really going to garnish you much of anything. Like if you want an asset out of it, that'd be cool. If you could think of some kind of asset that you want to use later from it. What are you doing, Spectre?
Enian seemed genuinely shocked when it disappeared. Could I tell any like deceit or anything in that?
In Vanian?
Yeah.
No. He was absolutely confused.
Okay.
And you could tell that he was getting nervous that one of you guys are trying to pull something over on him.
I just want to make sure he wasn't pulling something on us.
Can I create an asset for the scene Overwatch?
Sure.
Just to help for any kind of notice or any other investigation type roles?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Foxtrot, what are you doing?
Good question. I'm gonna ask Raptor where he's putting the most focus with his drone, or did he pull his drones back?
No, they're
No.
doing an Overwatch.
Okay.
They're casing around the building.
I'm gonna ask him
They're-
where he's putting the most focus on the drones, and kind of go up on the rooftop and accompany them, just because
all around the building, trying to pick up on anything around the building as far as I can. A couple next building over.
All right, I guess I'll just pick a spot, like kind of the center on the roof, kind of give them the most angle of like viewing angle.
Okay. Raze, what are you doing?
I think I want to move towards I guess the back door that I'd spotted earlier, just
Okay.
as like another avenue of GTFOing.
Gotcha. Okay. You get back there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I wanted to detect or try and detect any traces of magic that might have occurred.
There wasn't any, so I'll just say that you are able to cast it, and yeah, nothing other than residual magic that is normally in the air. Nothing standing out. You do know that Banyan does have some shield spells prepared, though.
Sorry, Raze's description.
I'm sorry?
I got you off from Raze's description.
Oh, yeah.
So since I'm a practitioner of a chameleon suit myself, I'm not sure like would that parlay into like being able to identify. Nah.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
All right. So, Raze, you get to the back door, and I'm going to start narrating a little bit. You take one last look at the table, and you see Spectre, you see Raptor and Foxtrot, Vanian, and you feel this sense of longing for a team that you've never had. And it's a hard step, but you step out the door and start making your way down the street. You pull out of your pocket the box, take a look at it, and flip open the phone.
Son of a bitch.
You could see on the screen, it reads, Yizzle. And she's like, "You got it?" We do a flashback. This is a flashback that I've said before, but I cut off at the end of the flashback. Yizzle comes slithering into your room to child Ray's room. She says to you, it's time to wake up and face your opponent. Afraid, Ray's grabs her gear, her sword, and follows her. She says to Ray's, have you been practicing your katas? Ray's replies, I've been practicing them every day. She goes, what do you think is your weakness? Ray's thinks about it for a moment. She says, my weakness is not knowing my weakness. And the only reason why I'm speaking for you is because this is what you previously answered. She turns to you as she gets to the door and she says, once you're inside, I think you'll discover it. And once you do, use it. Her tail loops up and grabs the door and opens it up. She ushers you inside. And you'll never forget the face of the person standing in front of you. This is where the scene cut last time, but from here it continues. Because the face is yours. You're standing in front of you. The students are sitting in the stands cheering, looking for this fight that's about to begin. You hear the announcer, today is the final test. We shall see who stands victoriously, the student Ray's or her clone Titan. So this is a point where you get to actually change history. We're gonna have a tug of war fight, tug of war roll off for this fight. If you win the fight, the timeline that spawns for Titan will be that she's humbled a little. Her life will be difficult with the Evo Corporation, but the events that follow will allow her to be a potential ally in the future. If you lose the fight, Titan will be treated like a valued treasure by the Evo Corporation, and they will taint her perception of people and others and yourself, and she would never have a reason to betray them. So, you two are out in the middle of the ring, and she's about to attack. She draws her sword, just like you would. And how are you going to respond?
Do I have my armor yet at this point? I would assume no, but I don't know.
I mean, was there any storyline of why you would have that armor afterwards?
I didn't really think about that. So I don't know if it's something that I kind of feel like it would have been something that I had acquired in my life with Jin and not here.
Okay.
Especially since I was so much younger. So okay. Well. Okay.
I'll set the difficulty. Oh my god. Well. Not a great difficulty. You can feel free to purchase the ones.
Is it okay? So this is one of the reasons why I don't usually purchase these. I don't feel like it's necessarily better to have assets than it is to have more PP to fix my bad rolls, because I tend to roll badly a lot. Is there an argument against that?
It's basically just options. So with them rolling 2, basically, for 1 PP, you can have a D8 that you will be able to utilize for the rest of the scene. So like,
okay, then I am gonna buy that.
Okay.
I'm going to say that the asset is that as she like prepped to, I'm assuming this Titan thing is a she. I'm assuming.
She's a clone of you.
So as she prepped to attack. Like she like slid her foot and it actually kicked some of like the dust or sand up and got in her eye, so her vision's a bit blurry.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. I can't set the die. Alright, whatever. We're just going to pretend like this is working how I want it to.
Oh, are you using the plus sign to create a new asset?
I did, yes. Is that bad?
No, that should have done it.
I mean,
But I have no
it's
idea about that.
creating them, but it's not creating them correctly. Like I can't set that it's a D8.
You just have to
Oh,
type
there
it
we
in.
go. No, I was typing it in and it didn't like that, but I can
Oh.
control scroll wheel and it's liking that fine.
Okay, weird.
Okay, hang on.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I have I ever seen this clone before? Like, do I know anything about it, or am I just in like shock that it exists?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask this out of character. Do you remember this
I
clone?
don't remember. No.
This is your character secret.
Oh my god, I forgot my own secret. Well, it's a surprise to me too.
Flip Inception. Bong.
But okay, but would my character have seen it at this like up into this point? Do I know that it
Yeah.
exists? Okay.
Yes.
Did I know that I was going to be fighting it at some point? Do I know why they made it?
They basically were trying to do a super soldier program. And so, like Evo Corporation, their whole shtick is about genetic mutations and basically perfecting the metahumans.
Okay. All right, so I would not be like completely taken by surprise at this.
Mm-mm. And you were one of the top fighters of the class, and so they, to your knowledge, and this you're now learning, but well, you're now remembering, but there's only like 2 or 3 students that actually were cloned.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, I will absolutely prepare to receive / counterattack.
Okay. Unfortunately, the difficulty was 8 for the attack.
Take it.
No.
Wait, what?
Did you roll back?
I haven't rolled yet.
Difficulty was 8. Okay.
I was gonna say I can still roll, right?
Oh yeah. Sorry, when you said I'll take it, I'm like, take what? Okay. I'm spending a PP to stay in the fight. And she is taking a D10. Let me throw her on here.
I'm gonna narrate while you're calculating, but yeah, I'll see like it. She's thinking like way faster than I can in real life, and like as soon as she sees her opponent, like everything clicks. She's like, no, I know exactly what's happening here. And so she sees like the like minute mess up that Titan had and does whatever she can to exploit and like counterattack and take advantage of that weakness.
Okay.
So she's gonna like rush in on the side that it's clearly like she's not seeing very well as she's like squinting that eye a little bit or whatever. And kind of like fly up in at her.
Gotcha. Okay. So now it's your turn.
I'm also gonna say that this is actually where I gained my distinction. I don't know if this is a thing or not, but I gained my distinction. Death is inevitable because it just seemed like one of those things where I'm like, well, if it's not me, it's somebody else, and it could just as easily be me, sort of thing.
Okay. And now that she has the cut of D10, you can use that instead. So you can use one of their conditions. If you spend PP, you can use more.
What Okay, so you said the cut is a D10?
Yeah. If you have the combat tracker open, you should be able to see it and actually be able
Oh,
to double click.
I don't. I can double click it?
Yeah, you should be
Oh,
able
I
to double click the dice and roll
see.
at it.
I think I just click it once.
Oh, okay.
Does
I
that
believe you.
mean that I need to remove the other one when I'm rolling, or do I roll both and I can just use one?
So, yeah, so you have the D10 or the D8 that you can use. So the
I'm with you.
blind is what you did to her.
Mm-hmm.
The cut is what you just did.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to use both, you have to spend a PP.
Um. Nah, not yet. Hopefully
Okay.
I won't need it. Am I setting difficulty?
Yes. Rude. Shit. Nothing she can do.
I like the anime fight music that's like blurry in the background.
I ran out of time. I wasn't able to get together some arena music.
No, I actually think it's kind of perfect. It's just too bad that I can't like in focus it. Be like
Yep.
Kame.
So, she didn't beat it. So her, and you're dealing a 10 effect. So her cut of 10 now went to 12.
Okay.
And she's going to try attacking one last time. Not feeling great about this. Dang it. There is a 1 there.
I don't know. I like my D12.
Okay. You can also, I mean, you could use the 1 to downgrade one of your assets. Technically, I guess you could also use the 1 to upgrade her asset. But
I'm assuming
up to
Raze
you.
can. I'm assuming Raze is the only one that can buy these hitches because it's
Right.
happening in. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I am going to use. Let's see. This is unfortunate. Can I? I don't think I could do anything because I rolled 2 1s on my other dice, so me adding those into the count wouldn't really help.
Right. So,
Wait,
tactically,
you roll.
the
Hang on. I can't
tact
math. Yes, I can. Oh, wait a minute. Can I add a 1?
no. 1s are dead dice. So tactically, the best move here is to purchase my 1 that I rolled and upgrade her cut from a 12 to a taken out.
Okay. I will do that, but I will say that she so Raze goes in to like try and just take her on head on and realizes that she's going to take a pretty nasty blow if she does that. And so instead does like the like cheap shot thing where she ends up like hitting her in one of her wounds already to take her out instead.
Okay. And then
Do you want me to go ahead and finish submitting this roll, or can I just X out of it?
You could do either or. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, basically. Basically, yeah, utilize the fact that one, she's blinded. And two, you found that cheap shot to hit her in. Once you do that, she basically falls to the ground, drops her sword. She's at a very vulnerable position. What do you do? Obviously, this is the past. You can't kill her because she's here, but
I'll just I'll kick the sword away from her hand a little bit and point mine down at her and just say yield.
you can see in her face that she was expecting that sword to go through her head. And you can see the confusion in her face of why? Why did you spare her? We jump many years ahead, and well, actually, we don't. We jump back to another flashback of Yizzle basically running you through this mind game where she would give you a number, and then she would flash a bunch of lights at you, and then you would have to recite the number. But your memory was failing, and that was the point of the lights. The lights basically made people forget the last moments. And eventually, you were getting it wrong over and over. But now the flashback is coming in a little bit more clear. It wasn't you that was getting it wrong. It was Titan that was getting it wrong. And you were standing there watching her get it wrong and then be punished for it. But when the same exercise was happening to actual you were getting it right every time. You were remembering it was a triangle, or the number was 88,000. And then we jump ahead again to a memory that you shouldn't have. And this was when, at the time, he was going by Nathan, but Raptor was in trouble. And you found out that he was taken by the guy that he was working with at the Eris Corporation. And when you got the gang together, you realized that you three weren't enough to save him. And you found Titan, who had been discarded by the Evo Corporation as a failure. And you convinced her to help you. And she came with you three that day when Nathan was tied to the chair, getting the nanobots injected into his arm. And I'll let you decide. Was it you or was it Titan that cut his arm?
I'm gonna say it was me.
And we come back to the present, where Raptor, you just got done listening to that exchange between Yizzle and Raze. You focused in on her just to make sure that she was okay as she was leaving. But then you saw that happen. And you heard through the communications of the phone. Good job, Titan. return to base.
What? So Ray went outside. Yizzles was there. Gave her the eye and said, "Good job, Titan."
Yizzle wasn't there. She called her on her device, or she called her on her comm.
Oh, so she called her on her phone and said, "Good job, Titan."
It was
Yes.
Titan the whole time.
Who the fuck is Titan? Who the fuck is Titan? That goddamn code name? Dude, I'm gonna hit up Foxtrot. Comm-wise, only him.
As you flip back over into the Matrix, you have an image of Ray's. She looks a bit disheveled, like she's been working for a few days to try to get something to happen. And she's like, "Can you hear me this time? Is it working?"
Ray?
Evo Corporation has me.
Oh, I will put a trace on that one.
Another flashback. You guys show up to the warehouse to rescue Ray's. The truck that takes off,
Has Ray.
Ray was on the inside. The hand, that Spectre you saw in your blood scent, it
Was
flashed
her?
to the inside. It was her trying to get your attention.
I hate you, James. Because you said it wasn't.
Now I get why.
It didn't pertain. I
There's a
saved.
story there, and if you followed it,
I saved.
No, I mean, it makes sense because she was so against it too. And I like brought up going after the truck. She was like, "No, I need a rest. I need to go home." And I'm like, "Really?"
Aaron didn't know this entire time.
I did not know. This
Okay.
is all
Well,
brand
it
new.
still works perfectly.
Yep.
Ah,
The triple agent.
And I think
know,
that's where
I
I'm going
know.
to cut tonight.
oh, I was.
That's great.
I want a radio to Foxtrot.
Sure.
Shoot Reyes in the head.
With the glass.
She is not ours.
Wait, make sure you know which one is which.
And I guess we're ending on that.
Yeah. I mean, we can have the whole, like, you're running up to the edge, getting
Right.
your gun ready and everything.
Oh,
But
James, I hate
at that
you.
point, like, after you get set up to get ready to take the shot, she's already too far gone and on her bike.
I
into
didn't even
the
know
city.
where their base was.
I am
I followed her that time.
definitely tracking Evo to this IP address to wherever she's at. I hate you, James. There's more questions than there are answers.
This has been such a long time setup.
Oh,
Not to
bro.
mention, like, our skip games. I'm sitting there going, no, I don't want people to forget.
Yeah.
So wait, did you know Aaron when you walked to the back door by then, or were you just like completely surprised and you just happened to go back there?
So can I tell what's going on?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can tell the whole behind the scenes
Okay, so so I get a message from James that says, "Let me know when you see this." And he says, hang on, let me see. Says, "If you can steal the eye, I'll give you a PP, and if you get away with it, I'll give you another." Which actually, I didn't get those, so I need those. He said you could do it however you want. Swipe it, talk them into letting you hang on to it. Whatever you have to do, just get it. So I asked him some clarifying questions and stuff, and then I told him how I wanted to go about doing it, and I did do it via stealth.
Yep, flashing lights. Good job.
Mhm.
You got a 20?
Well, so I didn't know that would be used for that. Like when I said that I was going to add that condition, like when we first went into the bar, James just said, "You feel like you need to find an escape route." And I'm like, "Oh, well, that makes sense for my character because she's, a paranoid little hussy." So, I was like, okay, I'm going to try and figure this out. And so my thought was, okay, I'm going to add this asset because clearly I'm going to need to escape from something. So I want to have this in case, like, something goes wrong and I got to get Vanian out. Like, I even told James, I was like, I want to make sure he's sitting next to me so that, like, if we got to book it, I can get to him easily. So yeah, I went about, I ended up rolling on just, like, on an online generator so you guys wouldn't see me making these rolls. Yeah, so I set the difficulty behind the scenes and everything, and then
That's how the 20 came about.
yeah, and he's and then I said after I succeeded, I actually wrote to him. I was like, "What did I just do?" And he's like, "You're gonna find out." And I was like, oh boy." And then we came back for break, and he's like, "Rayce really wants to get out of there." So I was like, "Okay, that makes sense." You know, like she just stole this thing, and she feels like she's got to get out of here because they're gonna be looking for it. And then all of that happened. So, ta-da!
All right.
I also really truly did not remember that I had made that my secret at the beginning of the game because that was so long ago.
I was worried about that, but I couldn't think of any way to ask you like, hey,
There
remember your
probably wouldn't have been, but honestly, this was great because I got to be surprised too, which is honestly wonderful.
I was hopefully doing it well enough to where even if you did know that was your secret, because yeah, I mean the switch happened. What made sense?
Mhm.
Like, no, like this was Ray's when she left, and this is still Ray's.
Yep.
But
Is there like a shared memories thing where Titan thinks like she doesn't even remember switching?
that's what the operation was.
Yeah, I
They
see.
were injecting Ray's current memories into her,
Gotcha.
and so yeah, then when she woke up, she was like, "I'm Ray's," and she was basically a sleeper agent. But she had an instinct of I need something, and then when the eye came about, then that instinct kicked in. You need to get this. Feel this.
Solid shit right there.
Bro.
Very nice. I like
Just
it.
saying, I called it. We should have gone after the truck.
You know, this is very kind of reminiscent of the freaking Dark Age vampire game.
Yeah.
Bastard. Good twist, though. Good twist.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
Hey.
great use of the thing I gave you that I totally forgot about. So.
Everybody clap.
I think everyone forgot about the secrets. I don't remember my secret either.
I remember mine.
Never mind.
I don't. It's been so long.
Yeah, yours is kind of hard for me to think of like how do I want to really work that in, because I feel like your secret is already known.
Well,
So
why don't
I mean, if
why-
for some reason you look at it and you go,
Well, why
this
don't
is
you
kind of a
tell
crappy
me?
secret,
Why don't you tell me, then I'll figure it out.
you can go look at it. It's on your character's page.
Is it?
Okay, and
No,
just
It's in this secret field, so you can't see, like, you could see it, but nobody else could see it.
In Scabbard?
just to remind you too, James, and I don't think it's relevant to this plotline, but yeah, we do still have the other thing with the cabinet and the tarot card. Okay.
Can't wait for your character to see that again.
Okay.
And its memory. But yeah, basically it has to do with
With the situation.
what was the phrase that I put with it? Hold on, I got it here.
I don't think you told me a phrase. I just know that it was I don't remember which tarot card it was, but it was a tarot card that was really weird and kind of freaked Ray's out, and so she hid it in the back of one of her kitchen cabinets with some sage to ward off any bad juju.
It was the hangman.
Yep, that
signifying
sounds
a
right.
period of suspension, challenges, and seeing things from a different perspective. Which was Titan seeing these things from a different perspective.
Oh,
and
boy.
was that uneasy for her. So she put it away.
That's hilarious. Oh man. Well, cool. Great twist.
Yay!
That was a
I'm glad
great
you guys
twist.
liked it.
All right. Well, good night, guys.
Night.
Good night, everybody.
Night, Titan.
Sorry for
yeah,
any-
yeah. See you
Sorry
guys
for any bleed.
next week.
See you guys.
Later.